We begin tonight with breaking news. The fate of the Parkland school shooter Nikolas Cruz is now in the hands of a Fort Lauderdale jury.
Yeah, his defense team presented an impassioned closing argument that he is brain damaged, misunderstood young man who deserves mercy.
The prosecution, in their close, played graphic video from school security cameras showing the murders, and they told the jury there are 7 aggravating factors which make what Cruz did punishable by death.
Our Mike Magnoli has been joining us throughout the trial. He's outside the courthouse in Broward County right now to tell us what's next. Mike.
You got to remember, this jury is not going to come back with a verdict about guilty or not guilty, but they do have to decide if Nick Cruz was poisoned in the womb. Okay, that's the defense team's own words to the jury today. They say that because his biological mother was using drugs and alcohol while she was pregnant, that affects how he feels and how he thinks as an adult. And they have binders this thick full of his medical and psychological records, and the jury can ask to see that stuff at any point during these deliberations. The defense saying essentially spare his life because he has fetal alcohol syndrome.
You have to use your heart because you're making an individualized moral decision.
As his defense was presenting closing arguments, Nick Cruz sitting at attention. For much of this sentencing trial, Cruz was hunched over and doing something with a notepad. Last year in October, Cruz was in court on new charges that he attacked a jail guard. His defense team wanted him to be able to use a coloring book and colored pencils, and the prosecution objected. That attack on the jail guard is one of 7 aggravating factors the state says qualifies Cruz for capital punishment. He's charged with 17 counts of murder and 17 counts of attempted murder for the mass shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, Valentine's Day 2018.
The other murders of the other 16 can be used as aggravation. Cruel. It's like I said, it's unrelentlessly cruel. Heinous and atrocious.
Cruz's defense team showing the jury a picture of Cruz's biological mother, Brenda Woodard. Now dead, she was addicted to crack and alcohol while she was pregnant with Nick. And that stacked the deck against him from before he was even born, the defense argued.
If we recognize what he really is, that damaged, brain damaged, broken, mentally ill person, it becomes a human issue. And every human life has value. We are not saying that Nikolas doesn't have a personality disorder. We never have. What we are saying is that he also has FASD. He has both. And that is what the evidence has supported. You are about to make one of the most important decisions that you may ever make in your entire life.
So back with you live, here's where things stand. The judge has told the jury, go home tonight and pack your bags, literally pack suitcases, because tomorrow they will go over 90 pages of jury instructions, and then the deliberations will begin. And if that goes multiple days, then the jury will go to a hotel. They will be sequestered for this whole process, and we will be watching it very closely. In Fort Lauderdale, I'm Mike Magnoli, CBS 12 News.
CBS 12 News has been following every step of this trial. If you want to be the first to know when the jury reaches its decision, be sure to download the CBS 12 News app. It's free in the Apple and Android store.
For governor is heating up, and CBS 12 News is the only place you'll be able to see the 2 candidates go head to head.
Tonight, our Al Pefley hit the streets to ask voters what they want to hear from the candidates. He joins us now with the latest from Riviera Beach.
The date has been set for the debate between the 2 candidates running for Florida governor. That debate is now set for October 24th, 2 weeks from now, right here on CBS 12 News. We wanted to find out from voters what they want to hear from the 2 candidates, Ron DeSantis and Charlie Crist. What question would you want to ask Ron DeSantis?
What are your main objectives to make teaching and learning better in our communities?
As we draw closer to Election Day, voters will have only one chance to see Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, a Republican, go head-to-head with his Democratic challenger Charlie Crist in a live 1-hour debate October 24th, which will be shown live on CBS 12 News. A recent poll by Mason-Dixon Polling and Strategy shows DeSantis with a double-digit lead over Crist. DeSantis has 52% of the vote, and 41% of the voters support Crist, with about 6% of voters undecided.
I want to hear from Charlie Crist about how money is being funded amongst the charter schools and the public schools.
What would you want to hear from Crist?
I'd like for him to be much more focused on what he's going to do, for Florida economically and environmentally as well.
Some voters say they want to hear what Crist plans to do, if elected, to help lower-income Floridians.
Locally, that's what I'd want to hear Charlie Crist discuss. What can he do for them? How is it that we can bring some sort of industry in so we can employ these people?
What would you ask Charlie Crist? What issue would you want to hear from him about?
What's his plan, and how effective he thinks his plan will be.
Others have questions for DeSantis.
What issue do you want to hear him discuss?
Probably where he stands on women's rights and the whole abortion topic and where he's at on that. That's probably the most important thing for me right now.
Some told us they feel DeSantis needs to explain to voters how he would lower the soaring cost of homeowners insurance.
Why is it increasing? What can he do to help the homeowners? I'm not even sure exactly why it has gone so crazy.
Some want to hear how DeSantis plans to help college students.
What's he going to do for college students? Just what his plan is for college and tuition.
Others say both candidates need to explain what they would do to lower skyrocketing rents and raise the minimum wage.
What are the necessary steps that we should take for us to improve the minimum wage? At least raise the minimum wage to the point where we're able to get by the next day and be able to support our family.
Voters no doubt will get some of their questions answered when the two candidates for governor square off for this debate October 24th, when they share some of their views on the key issues.
Well, residents over in Lake Worth Beach now struggling to pay their bills.
We received multiple tips to our newsroom of significant utility increases to the area. CBS 12's Amber Robb joins us live with a look at the increases residents are seeing. Amber?
I'm here in a Lake Worth area neighborhood where we knocked on several doors today. And residents I spoke with say they're concerned and worried they won't be able to afford these increases. Lake Worth resident Erin Shortley reached out to us after seeing a massive bill.
So my electric is running $500, which is crazy.
She's been living at her current home for years and has never seen a bill this high.
Your water, sewer, electric, all run together. So my bill this month is $814. I don't know anybody who has $814 to spend on an electric bill. I mean, that's a lot every month.
Shortley says she typically pays around $550 for everything. She works in a hair salon and says she's trying to take on more clients to help with the increase in bills.
I'm going to take as many people as I can. That's a lot of haircuts. I'm going to be cutting hair until my fingers are purple.
Shortley's not alone. Scott Schaefer says he's worried about the increase as well. His bills are normally around $250 a month. But this month, he received an over $400 bill.
I mean, my boy's going to get a few less Christmas presents, that's for sure. I mean, I'm not made of money.
He's frustrated the city isn't explaining the increase to its residents.
If they were up and straightforward and honest about it, then we can deal with it. And if we know the exact problem and exactly why we're doing this, because evidently, basically what we all go on is rumors, because nobody tells us anything.
The city did give this paper detailing a formula for utility cost adjustment, but Schaefer tells CBS 12 that it's too complicated.
You have to be a mathematician to understand it, and that's just not what we need.
Schaefer says compounded with other rises in costs, it's just becoming too much.
This city's going to be unlivable. And if you get your power shut off, you get your water shut off too, because they are attached together and you can't just pay the water part. I can live without electricity, not easily, but I can. I can't live without flushing my toilet.
I did reach out to the city and they said that they would release a statement later today, but as of this time, we have not received a statement yet. Reporting live in Lake Worth, I'm Amber Robb, CBS 12 News.
Just a reminder, the city of Fort Pierce just reopened its utility bill assistance program. Qualified households will receive a one-time payment of $250 per household. That'll be paid directly to the utility company. We have more information, including the link to fill out an application on our website. Just visit CBS12.com.